What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Also, during the week, we take a look at the Dow Jones. It is the weekend. You got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. We're going to make this real quick. Could we be seeing a big pump or dump this weekend? We'll take a look at both cases. I'll tell you my opinion. And don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video if you want somewhere to hang out and talk about crypto. Check it out. It's totally free. Let's get on with it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it, and always remember this is my opinion, not yours. Do your own due diligence. So let's take a look at the news headlines, get a feel for the sentiment. This one's been here. Market wrap, Bitcoin flat as stocks swell on positive jobs, fake pumps. Former Chinese central bank executive praises commercial Bitcoin networks. Bullish. Struggling miners done selling their Bitcoin, says somebody. First mover, Bloomberg's pie in the sky Bitcoin call looks possible. Be patient for big returns, Bitcoin investors told people. How Bitcoin fits into Lebanon's banking crisis. Bullishness building on Bitcoin options market. Bitcoin surge fails to materialize. Grayscale is buying up more than just Bitcoin. Very bullish news. I am still bearish. Surprise. Although, I could be wrong. I will give both scenarios. But on this channel, I give you my opinion also, which most channels don't do. They just give you both cases, and then the next day or after the move, they'll show you a little clip of whatever case happened and say they called it. We don't do that here. We just look at the charts. I give you what I see. I give you both possibilities, and then I give you my opinion. So let's get into it. Looking at the fear and greed index, we are at 54, 1 point up from yesterday, still in the neutral zone. This is the monthly chart. I will be curious to see what happens here. If we close the monthly below 93.40, back in between these two trend lines, that's going to be back to neutral. Monthly close below 85.57 would get pretty ugly. 55 EMA as of right now is around the 52, and as you guys know, I've had a target for 5,400 for quite some time. And a lot of people have been saying you've been bearish forever, whatever. Yeah, I've been bearish because I do not think that we've seen the end of this bear market yet. That's why I'm not saying that we can't go up. We look at both targets. I show you both targets. So I don't know. Anyways, this is my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. If you guys want to help support the channel, definitely check it out. A lot of cool crypto stuff on here. You don't have to get just what you see on the stuff. You can put anything you want. Any crypto, any sayings, family pictures, whatnot, anything you want on these. So definitely check it out. It's a great way to help support the channel, along with all the affiliate links down below for hard wallets. There's actually a Bitcoin IRA deal down there, all kinds of stuff. Check it out. Make sure you look through it. Most of it has benefits for you, and it, like I said, it helps support the channel. So looking at the weekly, another thing, guys, take 1 second out, smash that like button. Let's see how many likes we can get on this video. Every time, I know, people hate hearing people say, give them likes, whatever. But I do these videos for free. All you have to do is hit the like button and leave a comment to help YouTube push the video out. I really appreciate it. That helps the channel grow. Anyways, so on the weekly, we had been watching this long-term trend line off of the wicks over here. We did pierce through it, but we did not manage to close above it. We do have a higher target around 16,000. Looking at this as a falling broadening wedge. That was our measured move of the break of it. That's still a possibility. I think it's less likely, but it's definitely a possibility, especially if we can get back above. Well, this weekend, I don't see it happening, but if it was to close the weekly above 10,300, that would be pretty damn bullish. I'm still looking at these lower targets here, and obviously the $1,000 is the absolute worst case scenario in my opinion. Something I wanted to point out, though, on the weekly, is if you look here, we're getting even highs. And again, you can't judge divergence before the close of whatever time frame you're on. But as of right now, we are getting lower highs in the RSI, and we're even here. So if we closed a little above or stayed even and closed, that would be bearish divergence. We're getting lower lows in the RSI. So also, I've somebody messaged me the other day because I always talk about divergence and how to measure it. And they had said somebody that's pretty popular out there was showing divergence and using the wicks. You can't use the wicks when looking for divergence. The RSI travels with the body of the candle. The wicks can throw you off big time. Do not use the wicks when looking for divergence. All right, so on the daily, again, guys, I'll try to do this quickly. I always get off on my little tears. So looking at this rising channel we've been looking at forever. If we were to get a pump this weekend, we could go retest the bottom of this trend line here, which was a rising broadening wedge that we dropped out of way back in March. Came back up, tried to retest it here. If we were to come up and retest, that'd be around the 8,000 between today and tomorrow. If that was the break, coming to the top of this rising channel would be around the $12,000 range. I do believe we are most likely going to break down from here. The measured move of the breakdown, if we do break down out of this channel, and that's not necessarily going to happen this weekend, but if it did, the target would be around the $6,800 range. We also have the Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high here. The 0.618 is at 63.32. This is a golden pocket zone between 61.50 and 63.50 would be the golden pocket zone. Like I said, I'm still looking at this target of 5,400. And again, like people say, you've been bearish since, down here. Yeah, I have been bearish because I still think we're going down to these levels. That's not to say that's the longer term. That's not to say, you have to play the charts as they go. If you're playing in smaller time frames, whatnot. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out my Prime XBT video. I'll leave it up top. Got a tutorial. It's by far my favorite exchange. You can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow, whatever you want on the exchange. It's a great exchange. It's a lot less scammy than a lot of the exchanges out there. I also have a couple other links. I have Bybit and Dudex links down below. You get bonuses for using my links to sign up with any of them. Prime XBT has the best bonus deal. If you use promo code Savy50, you get 50% on top of whatever you deposit up to 1 Bitcoin as a bonus. And if you use Savy25, you can use them both. Savy25 gets you 25% off of your fees. So, anyways, that's what I'm looking at here, guys. If we were to drop out of this, the measured move would be about 6,800. Obviously, we have major support here around 7,700. And then these white numbers here are the Fibonacci retracements of this swing high to swing low to swing high here. The big deal here is if we cross the 10,560, that would be pretty damn bullish. We have not created a new high at all since 20,000, really. If we come over here, this is 13.8. Come down here, this one was 10,550. Then we went to 10,540, and this one only made it to 10,533. Lower lows. I know a lot of people are saying, but you're getting higher highs and lower lows, or higher highs and higher lows. That's bullish. It is bullish in the long term, but as of right now, guys, I'm still bearish. Nothing is telling me to be bullish yet. I've also showed you in the past. I will pull that up real quick. These are the gaps that are still on the 4-hour, 3570, 11,745, and 7,600. If you're a gap person that believes in the gaps, I don't necessarily believe in them, but this whole time they have been filling. So that's why I have this low target here. There is a possibility that we go test that level. I'm not disqualifying that or knocking that out yet. Until something proves otherwise. But as of right now, let's look at the daily RSI. We had been looking at this rising broadening wedge in yellow right here. We did have this fake out that got back in, but we have been getting rejected. I do believe that we are coming down to retest this bottom trend line down here on the daily, and that's one of the reasons I'm still bearish. A bullish case, we come up to retest this, pop back in and get support, and come up to retest this line. Now this is the symmetrical triangle we were watching, and as we talked about yesterday, I don't necessarily believe this one anymore, but if you look at this, what just happened now, we got rejection off it. If we were to come down today to the bottom of this channel, today or tomorrow, is going to be around the 9,400. If that breaks, our next line of support is 200 EMA at 91.80. And then we have this bottom trend line from what was the symmetrical triangle that we had this big fake out. And that would be around the 9,080 range. If that breaks, guys, then we're looking for these lower targets, most definitely. Something I want to point out in the 4-hour RSI. I pointed this out yesterday in the Discord that this was looking like an head and shoulders forming here, and it seems to have played out. And if we look at the neckline of that, get that off there, we came back up, retested the next neckline, and got rejected. That's pretty bearish, guys, unless we were to break back above it. But that's looking pretty bearish to me. Still, let's look at the hourly, and then we'll take a look at the divergence on the daily chart that I've been talking about. So as of right now, we are getting rejected at the 55 EMA on the hourly, about 96.80. We did fall out of this rising wedge that we were talking about. We fell out of it yesterday, got resistance trying to get back in it. Finally broke back in, and now we are back below. And as of right now, we are sitting right on the resistance line. We had the measured moves here of the break of this on the 1 hour. From where it broke down over here, the measured move, actually, it broke down a little later than we expected yesterday. But the measured move of that is around 91.20. And if we look at this, and obviously this probably most likely is not a bear flag anymore, but I'm still looking at this measured move that brings us down to around $8,800 range. That is still a definite possibility, in my opinion. Unless we break back above this 55, around 96.73, we could come back up to retest this top of this trend line here, which would be around 10,200. And that would be moving this wedge to look more like this. Come up for one more test and then down. But as of right now, it's looking pretty bearish, guys. The volume is declining almost to nothing. It is the weekend. Crazy things happen on the weekend. We could see a big pump. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. So do keep that in mind. But I think it's a little less likely, in my opinion. All right, let's look at the divergence I'd been talking about. This is the daily. We were getting higher highs in the RSI, or in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. Bearish divergence. Still looks, like I said, bearish. I think we're going to end up falling out of this channel, guys. And let's put this up here. Like I said, the measured move of that, if we did it today or tomorrow, is going to be around $6,800. Of course, we're going to have support through here. 55 EMA is around 8,900. 200 EMA on the daily is around 8,400. So keep an eye on these areas. But guys, this pump is due for a correction at least, just like this one was. But you can see what happened. We actually made a lower low after this one. Definitely a possibility here too, guys. And I think that would be a stop hunt. If we did hit down to that $3,400 range, that'd be a stop hunt for anyone that went long here. It would grab their stops, go up, make them buy higher. That's how it works. Another thing everybody was talking about was this bullish divergence. Higher, it was hidden bullish divergence. Higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI, hidden bullish divergence. That is played out, if you ask me, right here. So now we are working on this bearish divergence. yeah, I'm pretty confident we're going down here, guys. Again, always remember it's my opinion. Do your own due diligence. Learn what you're doing. Don't take anybody's opinion off of the internet, but that's why I do show you both cases. All right, and here on Litecoin on the 4 hour, if we were to break down this weekend, this bottom of this channel is going to be around the $4,400 range. If we break below that, my target area is around the 3687 golden pocket zone here from the swing low to swing high. I'll go into the RSI in a minute. From the swing low to the swing high is between $34 and $35 is golden pocket zone. I would expect at least a bounce there. But if Bitcoin went to its lower lows, Litecoin could be looking back towards the $20 to $22 range if it plays out that way and we don't get a bounce up here. Yeah, the bullish case, we break back up here to around the $51 range and break this high. We break that 51. My next target would be 54.50 and then 58.41. And then we have the golden retracement of this swing high to swing low is around the 60, between the $61 and $64 range. 0.786 retracement, which Bitcoin and Ethereum has hit on theirs, is 71.89. Oh yeah, let's take a look at that RSI. So looking at the RSI on Litecoin, looks bearish. You can see the falling channel we have here. Looks like we are due for a touchdown to the bottom. Ethereum, we were looking at this rising broadening wedge, still looking at it like that. Broke out of it. Target being around $205. We do have the golden retracement, golden pocket zone from the swing low to the swing high. On that is 152. If we were to do the same thing, like I said, if Litecoin and Bitcoin were to hit those lower lows, obviously if Bitcoin was to hit those lower lows, 3,400 area, we could be looking at, $60 to $70 Ethereum. Look at the RSI. So the RSI, we're looking at this as a rising broadening wedge. It looks like we're coming down for another test of the bottom of this wedge. If that breaks, bearish case scenario, these targets here, 152-ish. Yeah, actually 125 is the breakdown of this rising channel. Rising broadening wedge, slightly broadening wedge here. Like I said, around 125, depending on where it breaks. It could be later. If it's next week, could be around the 140. But either way, this is still looking bearish to me, guys. A bullish move, if we did break up and break past all this resistance right here and did have a freak bull move this weekend, could go as high as $300, testing the top of this wedge. So anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the CryptoSavy logo on my head. When you do that, hit the notification bell and then hit all notifications to get notified when I post new videos. Make sure you're subscribed if you have already subscribed and you're not getting informed when I post videos and stuff. A lot of people have notified me saying they were unsubscribed and had to resubscribe. So make sure you do that. And thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Your guys' support has helped this channel grow tremendously, and I hope it continues. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to smash the likes, leave your comments below. I'm out. Have a great weekend.